whenever you see there is pregnancy, what it means is spirit frequency is descending into subconscious mind. Once it is beginning it in the womb, then laws begin. The moment you depart from spirit frequency, you have laws. Whatever you do in that state, same will turn around to happen to you. Contraceptive means not making the place ready for the soul, the spirit to step down frequency. Whatever you do in that state, same will turn around to happen to you. Certain actions you perform, it binds you more because there are laws. So you may even come far, getting closer to your liberation, and then you commit again.
Right, hello, welcome to Jan Cosmic Foundation, and we are into awakening and awareness. And I'm very excited this evening because we're going to discuss a very funny and interesting topic, abortion. And before we continue, let me know if you've had an abortion before. Please comment down, let me know what you experienced, some of the consequences and some of the things that got involved. And we have the guru himself here, the Master Dr. Baffour Jan, to explain more about abortion. Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, beloved brother.
How are you?
I'm doing very well.
Okay, very happy to see you again.
Great.
And today we are discussing abortion. I want us to look at what abortion is, the effect mostly we have when we do that, and maybe if you could share with us some of the natural birth controls and so on. But first of all, what is abortion? I know abortion to be a termination of, deliberate termination of pregnancy. But maybe if you have any other thing to add, or maybe if there is something different about abortion. What do you think abortion is?
Yeah, you use the word deliberate. Yeah. Yes. Abortion can occur, and sometimes it is not deliberate. Maybe some ailments in the host, that is the mother. You know, some situations bring it about, and that is a different topic.
Okay.
But where one approaches it intentionally, that is a serious topic.
Okay.
Yes. And we need to, it brings us to knowledge about who we are. Yes. See, every topic you take in this universe, if you trace it back, it's taking you to where you came from, why you are here, and how you are supposed to live your life.
Okay, so
yes.
This topic will help us
understand some things.
But first of all, is abortion good? Is it good to abort a baby?
If it is intentional,
because there are situations. I know you are answering,
yes.
but there are situations. Someone could be raped. Someone could maybe have sex without the proper, knowledge, or maybe something like that, and the person needs to abort it.
Yeah, yeah, unnatural sex.
Okay,
that is it, and that one, you cannot say good. Okay. I have to explain some things.
Okay, you're right.
Yes. First of all, I've always said there is spirit then mind, then body.
Okay.
Now, spirit has awareness. Its nature is awareness, pure awareness. And it doesn't have concerns. In other words, it's like neutral.
Okay.
It cannot worry. It cannot suffer. That is pure awareness, and that is spirit. It cannot die. Nothing can happen to spirit.
Okay.
Now, there is that difference between awareness and thought or mind. Mind is different from spirit in the sense that it is from mind that we begin to pick concern.
Okay.
Then the innocence is actually dropping. So from spirit being so neutral, so much balanced, from there we come to mind, we come out of the balance. We're no more balanced. But initially it's also close to balance.
Okay.
But then as we keep moving into more
Physical realms.
yes, we come to the lower realms. The frequency of spirit that we have from the start
As being
keeps
neutral.
changing.
Okay.
And it is dropping. And as it drops, the further away it goes, the lower the frequency.
Yes.
And there, the concern intensifies.
Okay.
Fear, anger, worry, all these things pick up as you go further away from spirit. So, when a baby is descending into the worry zone, the zone of concerns, so it has awareness, pure awareness, but the moment it enters the womb, it's a transition period into the mental realm. And then from the mental realm to the physical.
Okay.
So it is descending. And in this way, concern has begun. So when it's in the womb, there is a certain level of mind. It is awareness, but a portion is descending into mental zone. But the first part of mental zone experienced by the baby is what we call subconscious.
Okay.
You see, and it is sub because it is underneath. You see, it's not the conscious which we normally talk about, where we have so much attention outside and worries and planning and all that goes on. We all know, you know, where the seeing, the hearing, and all those,
using the senses.
Everything is externalized. But the baby has entered into the mental zone where there is worry, there is concern, yet it hasn't gone far away from spirit frequency. So there is a certain measure of balance. Yes, but the awareness is just picking mind. And for that matter, the mind aspect that is beginning sees, or let's say thinks, but that thinking is called sub.
Okay.
You see, subconscious mind. So it knows what is going on at that state, and mild concern is felt because it has descended or is descending into the mental zone. That is where concern begins. So the soul has some concern.
Okay.
You see, in a sense, it's like a little bit panic. Because it's coming from spirit frequency, at the same time it's aware of all the machinations, whatever the mom or the others are doing to take its life, it knows. And a little bit of panic, a little bit of worry, but it is sub. You see, it's not the open worry we have in the external side, but underneath, under. Sub means under, so subconscious. So it's conscious of what is going on in a sense. And there is worry, there is panic. Now, this kind of mental activity, we can see it, the sub side, we can see it even happening inside the plants, happening inside the animals, happening in all nature. You see.
How
yes,
do I see
I'll
this
give you an
subconsciousness
example.
in
Yes,
plants?
yes. I'll give you an example. Yeah. The plant, you keep it in a room. It is having sub-awareness that you have put it in darkness. And it is seeking light. So the inner motion, the inner tendency to seek light, and it tends to find light. It will lean towards where the light is and look for it. See, there, because there is sub-awareness or mind, the sub-mind, subconscious, you can even become sensitive to the environment. So if you place it where there are creatures that will come and eat the leaves or come and do something to it, it has some worry, some concern. It knows.
Okay.
And if you yourself, your field of energy is so externalized, so gross, whereby you're having the emotions like anxiety, fear, anger, sadness, and let's say like this flower is in the room, I'm always sitting here, and if I'm in that state, it disturbs the plant.
Wow.
Yes. See, and this kind of thing, farmers must note it also. If you are walking through your farm, always in anxiety and in jealousies, in anger, and you are carrying all this negativity with you, it affects your crops.
Your plants, yeah.
It affects them. And sometimes a person carrying all the viciousness will plant. There may be the nutrients in the soil, all right. There may be rainfall, all right. But when they have to bear fruit, there is problem. They are not bearing much. Everything is just there, yet it will not. And sometimes even the growth will not be it won't be looking nice, you see. It will not grow very well. Because every day you are walking around it, your body touches it, your energy field, you are passing through. And there are some of these farmers, sometimes they may be in that state, and they are at border with another farm, somebody singing and doing his farm very peacefully, and he's not having any negativities, and his farm is doing very well. And this person will be thinking, this guy is just, we are just so close, but why is his like this? And rather he becomes jealous, you see, because he's fond of negativity. And sometimes you think that person has gone for some juju or some some kind of magical something, or he is a witch, or he or she is doing something, you know, or that person is doing something against him or her. That is why his farm is like this. And it's unfortunate that people don't know that the same elements that you are having for your body, the same elements are there with the plant.
Plants are also having.
And the spirit that is you is expanded everywhere, so it's inside the plant. So in a sense, when you define yourself as spirit, in other words, as God, you are inside a plant. You are inside this body and everywhere. So in this way, the baby is just like that plant. It has the pure awareness, spiritual, but then it is moving into the zone of the mind. And is beginning it in the womb and transferring the awareness into body. That is lowering it. So the process is taking place in the womb. But the fact that it has started it means it has moved from neutrality, which is spirit. So it's moving into the zone where things are no more neutral, things are no more innocence. It is something where concerns and worries pick up, you see. So for that matter, laws also begin. You see, wherever you depart from spirit frequency, laws begin. Spirit frequency, there are no laws. There is omnipresence, omnipotence. That means absolutely nothing affects spirit. But you move from that state, it's like, I always say, it is like reducing, sometimes we say, step down transformer. Step down frequencies. So you step down the electricity. It's the same way you are stepping down the frequencies of spirit. So even though it is spirit, but it has been transformed in a way. So whenever you see there is pregnancy, what it means is spirit frequency is descending into subconscious mind and going further. It's a plan. It is going to continue further to descend,
into the lower frequency.
Yes, into lower frequencies.
Okay.
So once it is beginning it in the womb, then laws begin. The moment you depart from spirit frequency, you have laws. So whatever is happening from there going, one is bound by laws.
Okay.
So it's an entrance into what I call drama. So once you enter that state, then there are laws binding you. So whatever you do in that state, same will turn around to happen to you. Why? Because the so-called manyness that you come by, they are all illusions, because there is only one thing. So whatever you meet is the one thing you are meeting. And you are the one thing, but it's a kind of dream.
But you are thinking as far.
Yes, I'm coming to that. So in this way, one is affecting himself. If you do something to that baby, you are doing it to yourself.
Okay.
Because the laws begin when there is a shift from spirit frequency.
Okay. Doctor, I wouldn't take you back, but let's say someone uses contraceptives. Someone even doesn't come in at all, use condoms and the rest. I want you to relate it to this. Does it, passes the neutrality and, come to the lower level?
Contraceptive means not making the place ready for the soul, the spirit, to actually step down frequency, to use it as a place. You see, so there are conditions in the womb for the soul or the spirit to utilize the place to descend. But if you do something to sort of halt or stop the conditions, then it means the spirit will not come into that arrangement, because the conditions are not there. So that one cannot be called abortion. Abortion means when the spirit has come descending and you halt the descending.
No, but I wanted to know whether this also applies to law. You are going to have...
Yes. Okay. Whatever is done in the drama falls into laws.
Okay.
Because, you see, pure spirit state, there is no doing, so that there will be a reaction, or there will be the need for laws. So pure spirit abides eternally in the eternal peace, love, joy, and has nothing to do with laws or doing. When doing begins, then laws have begun.
Okay.
Yes. So whatever is done, it may be done mentally. Mental activity is also doing. In fact, that is the beginning of the doing.
But mostly we don't think of those mental. We think of the actions and the...
Yeah, that is the problem with the lower, those who are actually in bondage at the lowest pole.
Okay.
They don't know that the mind is activity, so that when you are thinking, you are doing. You see, let us see the proof that when you are thinking, you are doing. Sometimes you eat. Now, you may stand on the scale and get your weight, and then you know this is your weight. Now, stop all activity except thinking, and think over a long time. Go and stand on the scale and see your weight has come down.
Okay.
So you have been
doing activity.
Yeah. Activity spends energy.
Okay.
Activity uses energy.
So I want
second way of knowing that thinking takes energy. When you are able to concentrate, to think, all right, and then you take some meal, heavy meal, difficult to digest, then the energy you are using to think has to descend to help the digestion. All the attention goes there, and what will happen? You try to think, you can't think, and you are dozing.
Sleeping.
You want to concentrate, you can't concentrate, you are sleeping. It means the energy has descended.
Okay.
So thinking needs energy. So when you are thinking, you are doing activity. You see.
So
Yes.
Doctor, I was talking about, you see, you've moved us from pure spirit or neutral state to where laws are binding us.
Yeah.
So I want us to just look at some of the consequences of abortion. But in the meantime, you are watching Jan Cosmic Foundation. Give us a like and also drop your comments. Dr. Baffour Jan is here to answer for you. Let's continue.
Yes. So, there is this wonderful thing. When you descend, the soul, the spirit, descending into these lower states of consciousness, we have 3 states. When it comes all the way to the physical state, we have some 3 categories. We have the one we call the mode of ignorance.
Mode of
Ignorance. That is the lowest. That is what we say, the sleeping soul. You descend, and the lowest point, then we call it sleeping soul. That is mode of ignorance. Then before that one, we have the mode of passion. That one is quite alert and all the time wanting to do something, very active. So the mode of passion. But higher than the mode of passion is the mode of goodness.
Okay.
Mode of goodness. So when the soul is descending through the baby stages, the initial stage of a baby is actually mode of goodness.
Okay.
And even at babyhood to childhood, that is why it is said, let the children come unto me, because these are the ones, the kingdom belongs to them. So what it means is that the mode of goodness, you are just at the borderline to enter back into spirit frequency.
Okay.
So that is that state. Now, there is something which many people are not aware of, that these 3 states, when we shift from the babyhood or child state and we come to passion, and you see from puberty going, passion is in your eyes, passion, and the passion brings about the lust, That we are lusting for money, lusting for sex, lusting for power, everything we are, and that is passion. You see. Now, we can go through that deep, and then we enter into ignorance. There we become so selfish, and even if we are giving pain to somebody, we don't care. It is for our enjoyment. That state is the ignorance. Now, this very important point. Each of these states, whatever you commit, whatever you do, whatever you think, whatever you say, either you get credit or you get debit. You get a plus or you get a minus. That's why I said, when you depart from spirit frequency, laws begin. And in the mode of goodness, when you are thinking, you will get a response from it, a reaction for your thinking. When you descend to passion, what you do there, what you think there, what you say there, you get a reaction. When you descend to ignorance, what you think there, what you say there, what you do there, you get your reactions. So these things, because the soul passes through all these stages down to the lowest, we have on all these three platforms, we have accumulated causes and effects. So if you are in ignorance and at the time you were in passion, you caused abortion. The abortion you caused, that baby was in goodness, because the spirit descending has not yet gotten to passion state. So it was in goodness that you did something to that baby. Good. Now you have set a course. So the day you are advancing from, you are returning from ignorance to goodness, and finally to have realization with the spirit state, the moment you rise to goodness, something you did in the zone of goodness
We'll catch you up there.
will have to catch you up. You pass through the same state before you are permitted to enter spirit state again.
Wow, this is a mystery.
It's a mystery. The laws begin the moment you depart from spirit frequency. The remaining is all laws. And if somebody is in the mode of ignorance, all the things he commit there, he will have the reactions. Now, when he was descending, when he reached the mode of passion, what is committed is on that platform. But he went beyond it to the, he lowered all the way to passion. So from passion to ignorance. So ignorance state, he will be committing, and then it comes to a time he realizes life is like a school. He realizes, I'm fed up with all these, and he begins to change, and he wants to move from there. When he moves from there, in a sense, it's like he's advancing, but he comes to passion, and passion, he has already committed things there.
Okay.
But he left there to ignorance. So those things are waiting
For him to come.
Yes. So the moment he enters into passion, hoping to continue the journey back home, passion state says, hey, the law says this is what you have kept here. The balancing law. You see, cause and effect. What you sowed, now it is ready for you to reap it. when you sow, it takes time to reap it. Yes, just when we plant our crops, it will pass through a process. So that state, the thing has have turned around waiting for you. Your harvest, the things you sowed, now the harvest is waiting for you.
So are you going to reap the same results or something? Let's say I'm in the passion state, I'm moving to the goodness state.
Good.
And what I committed in the goodness state, I have to pay it and bypass it to
Yes.
the other way.
Yes. Normally, the goodness state is not supposed to have any negative things.
Okay.
That's why the word goodness. But strangely enough, when you enter there and you committed things against those in goodness there, then the law will still have to exact things.
As you were saying that you are just committing it to yourself.
Yes, without knowing.
Okay.
And the other time I was even giving the example of somebody like Elijah. He was very elevated, let me say, prophet. You see? And he was living in the mode of goodness. You see? In the mode of goodness all the time like that. But somehow, after he succeeded by divine power to actually overcome these Baal prophets. Baal prophets, they did everything they could, things they could do before. In the presence of Elijah, they couldn't do anymore because Elijah was connected to the Great Spirit, and Baal prophets were connected to beings in the internal realm. So internal realm, they are also bound by laws. But somehow, Elijah, after he defeated the Baal prophets, some kind of pride, because the definition of the self, that I, Elijah, you see, and that is ego, that is false identity. And that is why the Christ said, I of myself can do nothing, the Father in me, he does everything. That means he's differentiating between the false identity and the true identity, which he calls Father. You see. So, anyway, Elijah, because of now descending into pride, he decided to slaughter or kill all these Baal prophets. So he took a machete, bring them one by one, and he cut their head. They don't deserve to live. But by so doing, even though he, Elijah, has been functioning in the mode of goodness, but at this state, what he has done is not something that permits him to stay in the mode of goodness continuously, but a reaction. He has to, he had already passed that state, but he descended into
back to passion.
See, so that law has caught him. He became a prophet by moving through ignorance to passion to goodness. But he did an action in passion.
Okay, so he will drop back to passion.
Yes.
For the Lord to take
his place. So after that, he left this world, and that law, you can't beat it. His time, his breath, the number of breath given him was up, and he had not yet paid for that thing. So he was taken up, And he had to descend as John the Baptist, come back as John the Baptist, and end up also being slaughtered.
Another mystery.
Yes. So when he finally got slaughtered, now he has paid all his karma.
Okay.
It is now that he can go and enter into superconscious state. From superconscious state, he's one with
spirits.
With the spirit. You see. So these things, a lot of people are not aware about what they are doing, the laws they are entangling themselves in. They don't see it. And the law is a law of justice.
Okay.
Because it doesn't favor anybody.
Okay.
It just works perfectly. You see, the law of fire is that it burns. So it is not saying you are a baby, I'll burn you. You are a grown up, I won't burn you. No, it just burns. That is all. It's a law. So I'm coming to a point.
I know, yeah.
So with the baby in the womb, it has started, it is also being bound by laws. And whatever you are doing to that baby, it has descended into the zone of laws. It has descended into the zone of mind. And where it is thinking of what you are doing. Because of that, there is some panic in that baby. Now, let me prove to you there is a panic there. Let's take even an egg. The scientists, they did an experiment. There was this egg. They had this sensitive apparatus that changes in awareness, changes in mind. It reads, because just like the encephalograph, when they connect it to the human, your head, because of the aura, your thoughts will be reading.
See, yeah.
Yeah. So when you are thinking, it reads. When you slow down your thinking, it slows down. Now, they put an egg on the machine. Even chick has not formed inside it yet. So that we will even say it is a chick which is thinking. But just as an egg is already carrying
awareness.
And that subconscious mind.
Okay.
You see. So when they place it on the machine, then they lined up people and said, when you go, you get to the egg, take it, hold it, and put it back on the machine. And whenever the person comes and put it on the machine, then there is no reading. But there was one person alone. They told him, when you go and you take it, hit it, and just drop it for it to split. And that person was made to be the last person. So all along, whoever touched it, placed it back, there was no reading.
Okay.
But the one who is going to drop it to crack, the moment he took it and about to drop it, then they said, stop. Now put it back. When he placed it back, there was a reading. Because the egg is panicking. It's afraid.
So it's having subconscious
awareness of what is going on in the mind of the other one, because it's one mind, and what you are thinking reflects See?
So, doctor, if we are skipping, let's say, the abortion, maybe we are going for some natural abortions and something that do not harm anybody, we're still going to face these laws.
You are saying it harms nobody.
Well, you see, we have most of the abortions, it harms, apart from what you are saying, but it also harms the woman physically. Sometimes it could lead to death or even severe sickness and so on. And we have natural abortions, natural ways of not getting pregnant. And I wanted to know, these natural ways, do they fall under the same category so far as the spirit is coming and you see the spirit of coming, you are going to get the results, even if you do something natural?
Good. This is bringing us to another factor, which is also a lesson for people to learn. That is, the laws in the world functioning, laws of the mind. We have laws of the physical, laws of the mind. It is all laws descending. It's only spirit which is beyond it. Now, these laws bind everyone, but then one of the laws which people may not be aware of is the law of motive.
Law of motive.
Motive. See, you can take a knife and somebody has a thorn, it has entered the body, and you cut to take it out.
Okay.
Yes. So it is a cutting with a knife, or you are a surgeon and you aim at removing the sickness, the cause of the problem a person is facing, the health challenge. So you perform surgery. It is a knife. You are cutting.
Yeah.
Definitely it is associated with pain. So you are giving pain to that person. Yet the law of motive, the motive is good because you are going to remove. Okay. So you know what happens? The pain you are giving is the minus that could go to you.
Okay.
But the motive being good neutralizes
the pain,
the reaction that could have gone to you.
Okay, through the pain.
Through the pain.
Yeah.
Because you are giving pain to somebody. So the law is that
you should also get
somebody is your very self. So the law is saying, I will bring it back to you to let you know you are doing it to yourself. So it is designed in such a way that you also have to have pain through cutting. But once you have a good motive in doing it, then the good motive is also a law that you are giving goodness to the person. You give pain, you give goodness, it neutralizes.
Okay. Okay.
But somebody else will do the same action. He takes a knife and decides to wound the person, harm the person, maim the person, and goes to cut. So he cuts with a knife, and everybody is shouting against him. Why? Or sometimes the police will come there, they call, arrest him. He has done something nefarious, something very bad. Why is it we are not sending the police to catch the surgeon for cutting? Because he has the law of motive.
Yeah, good motive.
Good motive. But the other person, bad motive.
So you are implying that, let's say if, for instance, somebody rapes me and I become pregnant and I decide to abort it because maybe I'm not ready and I don't want embarrassment whereby the child will not have a father and so on, and I decide to abort. Is it falling under this law that you are calling good motives?
The point is this. The person rapes. In the first place, the laws are going to deal with the person because it's a natural process for the sex. The person was not receptive, so it's a force entering into the field of awareness or field of consciousness of a person with force against the person's will. So the law, universe, so your own field, you the one who did it, your field will be entered by force.
Okay.
Yes. And sometimes when your field is entered by force, you will not even remember that it's because you entered somebody's field by force. So in this way, then the person is being disadvantaged. That is the
lady.
The lady. But the question is this. If the lady is having this as a reaction of something previous.
Okay.
Yes. You see, everything is working in some mysterious way to balance things out. So in case that soul has also committed something which is attracting that this person wants to, he has a nefarious plan, he wants to do something, he has lusty feelings, he can't control, and he's thinking, who, why is it that the who landed on you?
It didn't go to other person.
Yes, yes. You see, the universe is amazing how things are being connected here and there. So in case that person got into that state because of a reaction to something previous, then in such a situation, if the person commits, like, let's say, some kind of abortion, then is also creating something which is new as another cause. Is setting another cause.
Okay.
You see, sometimes whilst people are having effect to previous cause, the time is having the effect, that the effect also becomes a cause for the person acting in another way. You see, but if you have things happening that have happened, balancing something previous, from there, if the person will be sober and take the time to respond to this, there may not be the need to recreate another cause.
Okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Yeah. And in fact, we need those who are balanced to really become guides, to become counselors, and help those who are in such a situation. When it happens like that, immediately the person should be taken to the counselor,
yeah,
who is spiritually balanced, and then you can even see whether there is need for aborting it or not.
Okay.
Yes. See, there are cases where sometimes even the one who did it and that person have met before. Wow. In another world, in another state. And there are certain things that person has also done against the person. And the balancing it has to happen in another scenario. You see, this kind of thing, the persons themselves may not be on a platform to know. But if we have people in the system who are balanced spiritually and they can serve as counselors, then any such situation should be taken to them.
Okay.
You see, just as something physical happens and we take it to the hospital, to the physician, something psychological happens, we have to take it to. Sometimes people talk of psychiatrists, they talk of psychotherapists, and so on and so forth. But there should be somebody spiritually elevated enough, balanced.
Yeah.
So if you are balanced, whatever things are balancing themselves, you see it. You see, if something is happening right now and it is balancing something in the past, you will be able to see. And then that will help what decisions are best. So the decision for a particular situation may be, the thing may resemble when it is done somewhere else, but the solution, what should be done, may have to be different from another case because of tracing why it had to happen this way.
Okay.
And if it is checked that way, sometimes even though it might have been a rape case, sometimes going into it deeply, the child may have to be left alone, the baby may have to be left alone, you see, not to be aborted.
Okay.
You see. And if seeing deeply is a complex thing, seeing deeply, sometimes that baby rather is the one the balancing law is attacking. It may not just be the mom.
Okay.
And in that case, the baby has to end up that way
Okay.
because he has done similar sometime in the past.
He got to
So
pay
he
the
comes,
price.
just like the case of Elijah coming back
As John
to
the
also
Baptist.
be cut because he cut Baal prophets their heads. So you come and you have to go through that process. So if it is the mother's problem, it will be seen. If it is the baby's problem, it will be seen.
Wow.
But that one, we don't have people in the system who see these things. And there are, it's not like it can be seen. It can be seen, but few are the people who reach that state. And that is why we are giving all these teachings and beckoning people to develop, that is to move even from the mode of goodness all the way to the spiritual, superconscious state where you are beyond even the mode of goodness. And once it is like that, the laws, you turn around and you are in control of the laws. They don't bind you because it's pure awareness you are carrying. And you are in the zone, but you are not descending into it. If I say descending, you are not actually, it's just like,
attached to
yes.
Yeah.
It's like you are functioning in a remote control aspect with the things. So they don't bind you. But that is another topic. So if we can really raise people to that state, then they will be
counselors.
counselors.
Raise people.
Yes,
to be
counselors.
Okay.
We raise them to that state where they themselves
They are
are balanced.
Yeah.
You see, they are internally balanced, and spirit frequency is vibrating all over them. Then they see the situation which has happened, and they see beyond, the inside out, the past, the future, the present about that thing. And based on that, they take the decision. This is what should be done.
Okay.
See, that is how it
Dr.
is.
Jan, final words, abortion.
Yes.
Final words, advice to
Yes,
Ghanaians.
yes. Beloved brothers and sisters, there is fulfillment when a person is moving back to spirit state. We have descended into lower frequencies so much, and we are passing through challenges. And everyone is crying, everyone is worried. Everyone wants freedom out of this bondage too. We have become married to lower frequencies, and we want to divorce the lower frequencies. No. Certain actions you perform, it binds you more because there are laws. Certain laws bind you more to the lower frequencies. So you may even come far, getting closer to your liberation, and then you commit again.
You go back to ignorance state.
Yeah. Wow. When somebody is in the prison and his time is drawing near to get out of the prison, then the warders are free with him, and it's like, oh, very soon you are getting out of it. Now, woe betide that prisoner if he commits something inside the prison again. They say, hey, you are not going anymore.
Yes, one guy also, he had about, let's say, a month for him to go out. And they took him out for them to work outside. He went to steal someone's.
Oh dear.
So they didn't bring him out again, so they extended his days off.
Yeah.
You know, that's just by the way. So, Doctor, final words on abortion. You are talking about abortion.
So the thing is that, in actual fact, we shouldn't, take it as a norm. Okay. It is unnatural to do. So we should depart from doing it. And when things are unnatural and they have to be done, it means there are certain laws known about the whole thing, and those laws justify that it has to be done. And then it doesn't bind you when it is done. It doesn't bind you to lower frequencies. Okay. Because your soul has traveled a lot through these realms, very low frequencies, and you have come far to be human. The human platform, from animal, from plant, animal, now you come to human. And you shouldn't do things that will be turning you close to the animal platform, okay, or delaying your forward going. So it is one of the things that can rebind you, you see, abortion, and delay your growth, realization. Yes. So we should keep free from it as much as possible. Okay. And whenever it comes up as a topic, we need to refer, just as something comes like unhealthy situation, maybe sickness or something, we refer to a physician. When this happens, we have to refer to elders. If I say elders, I'm talking of
balanced people.
Yeah, spiritually elevated persons. We are trying to raise people to that platform so that we can have many of them everywhere. Okay. And already there are a few who are close to the balanced state. And
in Ghana here, live in Jan Cosmic Foundation.
Yes. Okay. And even not necessarily labeling it Jan Cosmic Foundation, sure. But You go to even the villages elsewhere. If you are in a balanced state, you see those who are close to balance.
Yeah, sure,
Yes.
sure.
There are some people don't actually know, but such a person, when you approach with such an issue, he sees beyond just what people are talking. And there he can see whether the need is there to do this or not to do that, you know. But mostly, when you don't have this guidance, it's better to avoid abortion as much as possible. Okay. Because it's only a few cases that may have to be allowed when examining past, present, and future. Then one can draw a conclusion. This one has to be aborted. That means most of the time, even the baby itself is also a soul descending, but is given a few number of breaths because of a reaction to previous life.
Okay.
And therefore, he has to go.
So those neutral people will know.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you are in a balanced state, you see the few breaths left for that baby, and it has to be, he has to give it up. And it's a school, so every soul is learning, and he has to face the consequences of the laws binding that soul from the past, and so on and so forth. So this is it. But it's few cases that come that way. So majority of cases, if you don't know the what to do, just leave it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Dr.
You are welcome.
Thank you for your time. Please just watch the video over and over and over again, and you definitely understand some of the things Dr. Baffour Jan is saying. And also join our course. You can check the numbers down below if you're interested. If you're really a seeker, you join JC, of course, and it will definitely help you. My name is Kwaku Kumi. I did the show with Dr. Baffour Jan Kumi and all the media crew. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you again.
Yeah.